Welcome if this your first time on the channel. Today we listening to Ryan Garcia and Max Kellerman talk about how Floyd Money Mayweather does not deserve to be number one on the ESPN top 25 boxers of this century. And we also gonna listen to the audio of Terence Crawford talking about Floyd Mayweather, and he pretty much is gonna dispel everything that Max Kellerman is talking about. Make sure you subscribe if this your first time here. Click that like button. That's how they push the video. Let's go.
Top 25 fighters of the century, because the century is 25 years old. Let's look at the top 10 according to ESPN. It's always hard with these lists because it's like, what's Roy doing down at 9? He should be higher. But a lot of his greatness happened in the 90s.
That's right.
So he's a little lower on the list. I get it.
Yeah.
Inoue is already top 10. I get that too, boy. He's a monster for real. I have one major bone to pick with this list.
What is it, Max?
Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao. It's true. Floyd is one of the top 10 greatest pound-for-pound fighters who ever lived. Tough to argue otherwise. But pound for pound, he can't be above Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was a flyweight champion. Not that he turned pro at flyweight. He was good enough as a flyweight to be the lineal champion, the real champion. Now, he didn't win titles in every division. He skipped some of these, but I just want to tell you how flyweight, junior bantam, junior feather, junior light, junior welter.
He's rapping again.
Junior middle.
He rolling.
And he laid waste to these divisions. Yeah. He fought great fighters. He never ducked anybody. Yeah. Pacquiao, to me, other than Sugar Ray Robinson, he's still one. Pacquiao is the greatest pound-for-pound fighter who ever lived. I can't put Floyd above him.
Yeah.
Any beef?
I agree with you on that. I mean, I've always had Manny Pacquiao above pound for pound, and just in the history of boxing, you never heard of a guy that can go from those weight classes and still dominate, knocking out Cotto, knocking out Ricky Hatton with one shot, destroying Oscar De La Hoya, made him look like he was nothing. I mean, for me, Manny Pacquiao is always going to have that, and I was always a huge fan of him growing up. So yeah, for me, he takes the cake over Floyd.
Look, just don't let Andre Ward see this list. He is not going to like being behind Canelo Alvarez. I know that much.
That's true. Andre Ward shouldn't be behind Canelo, right? But, and obviously this was done before Terence Crawford just fought Canelo, because he's definitely going up on this list. They probably have him at number 2, maybe even number 1. He's 42-0. Floyd was 49-0. But when you're talking about Floyd Mayweather, who I think should be number 1, they saying he didn't fight nobody. He fought a lot of people. Then they start saying, yo, he didn't fight him when he was supposed to fight him. But when you look at Manny Pacquiao, Ryan Garcia named some names. He named Oscar De La Hoya, somebody that Floyd fought and beat before Manny Pacquiao. He named Cotto. He named some names. All of the names that he named, Floyd fought those guys, and they all are in bigger weight classes. So when you bring up Manny Pacquiao and how he started from this lower weight class and came all the way up, that is great. That's a great accomplishment. He do got some allegations out there. I do want to say that. You know, I don't know if they true or not, but he do got some allegations. That's one of the reasons him and Floyd fight took so long, because of these allegations, right? But then also, man, a lot of them dudes he was fighting, we don't even remember. At all them lower, like super lower weight classes, we don't remember. So it's like, yo, dog, Floyd was fighting at like some more credible weight classes for longer, in my opinion. I think better guys at 140. I think the best of the smaller guys is definitely at welterweight. That's just like obvious, right? So that's like a more legendary, weight class. Welterweight. Then you got middleweight, and then you got heavyweight. Those are the more legendary weight classes to me. But the things in between, you got the super middleweights and stuff. Those are light heavyweight. You done had some great guys fighting in those divisions too. I'm not saying that other divisions will scrub, but I'm just saying, when you get lower than 140, 135, 130, it's like, all right, come on, dog. Like, what we doing? But the craziest thing about this is, and we're going to listen to some more of their conversation, but the craziest thing about this, Floyd Mayweather actually fought Manny Pacquiao in May of 2015, he was older than Manny Pacquiao. People forget that. Like, yo, dog, they wasn't the same age. He's older than Manny Pacquiao. He fought Canelo September 2013. He's older than Canelo. He was way older than Canelo. At that time, Canelo, I think, was 42 or 40 and 0 something. Like, Canelo had fought a lot of fights by then, right? So he was undefeated. He never lost. Floyd took his old. So those are my thoughts. But let's listen to Terence Crawford, the Terence Crawford, who just beat Canelo and beat him bad. Let's listen to how he talks about Floyd Mayweather, and if Floyd and Manny fought in their prime, how would it go? Let's listen to him. Make sure you subscribe too if you haven't. But let's go.
If I take Floyd Mayweather in his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime,
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there's a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in his prime?
I don't know, but it'd be tough.
I like that answer.
Floyd, man, that boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad. Man, that boy bad.
What makes it? I mean, because I told people this. I said, look at Floyd. I said, Floyd is not that he trains. I mean, it's his life. And from the very beginning, he said, I want to be the best.
Work ethic.
And I look at Floyd. Floyd is not a naturally big man. So Floyd, like you, to get down to 147, you got to drop 20 pounds, 25 pounds.
No, he walked around at his weight.
He at 140. He walked around at 150. yeah. So he losing 3 pounds. Floyd going to camp for like 2 weeks, and he done made his weight.
Yeah.
But what makes Floyd the best, so unique, something that we have not seen before?
His defense. His instincts. I think Floyd had the best defense in boxing history.
Better than Sweet Pea?
Yeah, definitely.
Because you know Sweet Pea has some defense.
But
Sweet Pea had defense, but he in that offense like Floyd.
I look at, I say he got more defense than Sweet Pea because he got hit less.
Facts.
Yes.
You know, Sweet Pea had more head movement, so Sweet Pea was better at slipping punches, making you miss.
Right.
But Floyd on defense, like catch, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
You know, Floyd hands down. Then making you pay, catching counter, catching, slipping. You know what I mean? Like hitting you with shots that you don't see. Like that's where Floyd mastered.
Amazing.
You know, hit and not get hit.
And you look at the people that he beat. I mean, people are all just go back and look at those world champions from the Cottos and the Pacquiao, the Ricky Hattons, the Uncle Gottis.
Yeah.
I mean, like 20 plus world champs. I ain't talking about they legit world champs.
Yeah.
And he beat them all.
And he was calling for them all in their prime, you know, so.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. A lot of people, they give him credit now, but they didn't give him credit when he was.
They don't even give him credit now. Mac's trying to take it away now. But you see what Terence Crawford said. And I love that he said, yo, he was calling out a lot of these people in their prime. Let me just pull it up and go through it. Rest in peace to Ricky Hatton, too. But when you look at this, he fought Canelo. Canelo had never lost when Floyd fought him. He fought Cotto, he fought Pacquiao, Victor Ortiz. I mean, these are Marcos Maidana. These are dudes that are credible guys. Like Shane Mosley, Marquez, Ricky Hatton, Oscar De La Hoya, Zab Judah, Arturo Gotti. Like, these are dudes that I remember. I'm like, no, these were some great guys. He fought some good guys, man. So we got to give Floyd his credit. He fought guys. He took guys that was undefeated. You always hear Floyd say, yo, I fought more champions than everybody. But they just like finding a way to discredit him. But let's listen to what else they had to say. Because you do got LaShawn McCoy up here, and he is going to try to push back a little bit. But they wasn't having it. You got a boxer and a dude that know boxing more than him.
Nobody has changed the game like Floyd Money Mayweather.
Yeah, in a bad way.
In a bad way.
In a
Thank
bad
you.
way. Yeah, you got it. In a bad way.
He was so great and so dominant.
Yeah, but he
he
mastered the art of knowing when to fight somebody and when not to fight somebody. I mean, he's the best in that game. He's the best in, making money and making all the, the huge fights happen. But why? Because he was timing every single one of them. He never fought nobody really in their prime. He always
after junior lightweight. Junior lightweight, he did.
100%.
He didn't fight Paul Williams, so we all wanted to
So
say.
he changed the game in the worst way possible. You're right. Everybody's trying to protect their own. I had to break that, right, with Tank. I made sure we did
you
that.
broke the
That was real.
We
We did.
Yes.
Hey, we took the O in the in the name of the sport. Thank you very much.
You got a bag for that, too.
I had a little, incentive.
But I mean, Floyd has even told me before the Pacquiao fight. He said, "Look, TBE, the best ever. Someone, you want to talk about inside the ring? Someone else could have that." Now, Floyd, I'm sure thinks it's him, and he has a hell of a case. Floyd is he has an argument for best fighter ever. Right. I just don't have him number one. But what he said was, I'm talking about the whole game. He's right. Floyd played the boxing game better than anyone ever played the boxing game. And what this speaks to, and this is a boxing show, boxing is fundamentally exploitative. I get this as a fan. It's a guilty pleasure. I get it, right? And usually it's fans and networks exploiting fighters, right? We say, we want to see you in blood and guts fights, which risks their health for the rest of their life, to entertain us. And Floyd flipped the script. He said, no. Instead of fans and networks exploiting me, I'm going to exploit the fans and networks, right? But Ryan's right. It's not good for the fans. It's good for the fighter. It's just not good for the fans.
This makes no sense to me. I get what they're trying to say, but the reason it makes no sense is because they are acting like Floyd Mayweather was in his prime when he fought these guys. That's the big problem. They like, yo, Floyd fought these guys when they wasn't in their prime. Well, hold on, dog. Was Floyd in his prime? He's older than Manny Pacquiao. You telling me Floyd, I think he was in his late 30s when they fought. He was in his prime when he fought Manny Pacquiao. No, he wasn't in his prime either. That's the problem. It's like, yo, he fought Canelo. Canelo was too young, man. Well, Floyd was old. That wasn't prime Floyd. That was not prime Floyd. Everybody know that Floyd was much better before his hands had started hurting. Everybody know that. So it's like, yo, he beating guys and he not in his prime. I was listening to one of Floyd interviews and he was talking. He was like, yeah, I beat him. I was washed at that time. I'm like, oh, snap. But when you think about it, he was having hand problems. He was. He wasn't in his prime no more. It was just, he was still better than everybody else. So if Manny wasn't in his prime, Floyd wasn't in his prime. But Floyd won. You see, he still got the job done. So you gotta give Floyd his credit, man. I hate when people do this. And what it really is, they don't like Floyd. If Floyd was similar to Terence Crawford, I'm talking about personality-wise. Because, Terence Crawford, he talk a little bit when it's time to talk. He gonna sell the fight, but he's not as flamboyant as Floyd. Floyd got the jewelry and he coming out, he doing all these antics and he gonna talk crazy. So they didn't like that. People was just showing up to see Floyd lose. And for me, I always recognized Floyd's greatness. When I really started rooting for Floyd was the Manny Pacquiao fight. I was still in the military at the time. I never forget this. And I was going back and forth, who gonna win, trying to figure it out in my mind because you really didn't know because Manny was great. Manny is great. So I go out to the Hilo deck. I might be butchering it because I ain't been in the military in a second, but I go out there. They got the big old screen. Everybody's watching. Literally, everybody. Not just the Filipinos. Everybody. The white folks, the Asians, I'm talking about the other Asians, the Mexican, everybody was rooting for Manny Pacquiao. And instantly, I'm like, so all y'all just think Manny gonna win? Or y'all just rooting against Floyd? And I'm like, I wonder why everybody is on that side. Do everybody just not like his personality? Maybe. That could be the reason. But I know for me, looking at that, I was like, nah, I'm gonna have to ride with Floyd. So I'm cheering for Floyd because everybody cheering for Manny Pacquiao. It's just a few of us brothers and a couple white dudes. It was a couple white dudes that was still rooting for Floyd because he's the American. And there was a couple of white dudes that was looking at it like American versus, so they was rooting for Floyd. But everybody else, I swear for God, they was rooting for Manny Pacquiao. And Floyd was kicking his ass. And Manny Pacquiao was swinging and wasn't hitting. They going crazy. I remember that. I literally remember that. So people just don't want to give Floyd his credit, man. But y'all let me know. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think Floyd should be the #1 fighter? And I just want to hear what people think because you might feel a little different. But do you think Floyd should be the #1 fighter of this century? It's 25 years. Went kind of fast now that I think about it. But we here. Y'all let me know your thoughts. As always, if this is your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other content and click that like button. Y'all be easy. Be safe.